Okay, then so people. You see how bright outside is? When I look at it from this, it's even more beautiful. Right? And that's just the background behind me. Right? That's my front door. And this is in front. So I'm in my yard. And I'm on the next project. So when I bought the wood for the coop, we also bought wood to try our hands at making a bed base. Now, there are ready-made bed bases here. I've seen quite a variety. I've seen bases that look like they are made out of pallets. Craftsmanship is final work in terms of aesthetics. Basically rough. I don't particularly have a problem with it. If I'm gonna buy though, it shouldn't be too rough, right? If I'm gonna make it, it doesn't matter. But if I'm gonna buy it, I should buy something that doesn't look like how it would look if I made, right? If you get what I'm saying. So I think I've spoken about my bed base and everything a couple of times in some previous videos. I've been trying to figure out how to improve it. I think I have an idea how I'm going to improve it, because right now initially it was very flimsy and it had two parts, so it was spliced in two vertically. That's how it was made, right? And the planks that goes across the length of it that should hold the bed, the sponge or the mattress or whatever you want to use, flimsy but can work with, right? My problem is the actual structure, you know, the square part, which should be very strong to hold your weight. Anyway, based on what we thought and what we saw, we started playing with the idea of making our own base. I was thinking of doing that, but since I had the one in there, I didn't see anything too wrong with it that would require me to go out and spend money to buy the wood for it. But I thought about it, and the wood that I have identified would be, you know, appropriate and strong enough to do it. It would have a very heavy bed base, but it would also be strong. So I speculated the other day, because Davia she and Adriana is on a bed that I initially crafted out of one side of the crate that we shipped here, right? And that same crate, remember I said in previous videos that I used the sides to make the tables that I have around the house, right? Currently what, 3? Yeah, currently 3. 2 operational now, but anyway, that's not the focus, right? So that flat piece is not as tall. The length is not to the required length for a bed base, right? So even the mattress, as to me flimsy as it is, it's longer than the base that I made with the crate side, right? So I bought the sponges the other day for mine, and Davia has been jealous since. So I told her that we would need to buy, but if she wanted me to make the base wood she would have to buy the materials. So when I bought the coop materials, she also bought, and I told her what to buy. For the foot, I figured I told her that we'd need at least one length of 4x4. For the frame, we would need 2 lengths of 2x4, right? And for the sections, you know, that go across the surface of the length that you drop the mattress on, you'd need. And when I checked, I went to the workshop, the wood shop, and when I looked, the most appropriate one was 1x3, right? So this is Or should I say these are they? Anyway, I started this morning. So this is the 4x4, right? This is the 2x2, and I started cutting up the 1x3, right? But 2 lengths of 1x3 only give me 4 pieces, and I think I need about 8 or 10 pieces in the middle here, you know, to be sure. So this is the 1x3. This is the 2x4. So it gave me the frame of it, and you guys see how much work I did this morning, right? So when you buy the hardwood, I'm noticing the regular nails, if a man is hitting them, to be honest, I see men hit them and use the regular 4-inch nail, and it may go in. I'm speculating here based on how I see them work. What I'm realizing that with my finger strength and my weak hand, it's easier for me to use the wall nails. I notice the wall nails, they don't hesitate to go through these heavy wood. So I have 3-inch, 4-inch, and about 2-inch wall nails recently, because it's the 2-inch wall nails they use when they're putting up brackets for shelves, right? So this is the frame I've been working on. This is the old base, a part of the old base that Davia and I have been sleeping on. We're trying to cut it straight, but I left it with Davia, and she started here, curved all the way out, then start here and go too much in. So this is what we ended up with here. But you know, we don't really care, right? The frame, however, right, worked out in terms of the 2x4, right? Now you know there are schematics to this that you have to understand. I can't just, when I measured my bed, it was 5 feet wide, and in terms of length is 6 feet, I think 3 or 4 inches. So I got 75 inches. So when I was cutting it, I remember that I can't cut it at 5. I had to cut it at 4. I think I used 4 feet. No, 5 inches. So it was 4 feet 8 inches, I think. I cut it so that the length, the 75, would be the additional 2-inch. Yeah, I had to think and sit and think about that, because sometimes I would normally just cut the 5, cut the 7 foot or 6 foot 4, 7 foot 4, whatever it is, and then when I get to this part, I realize this would be 2 parts, and then it would extend the bed wider than I planned to. So all of that I had to think about. So I don't think I did so badly. Look at this now. I started putting on this after leaving it, and I left it for last because I remember that I want to reinforce this side. 4 here, and you know you have to cut them slant to make them drop in here, right? So I started putting on this, and then I remember that I planned not to put it on it because I need to put on the brace in here for the bed. But because we don't have enough 1x3 and we don't want to wait, we're going to use this in the meantime until we buy the additional 1x3, cut them and just drop them in. So I told her just cut up the initial base that they have, and we're taking off the sides. So that's what we're doing. And just drop it in the middle, and she put her mattress on it for the time being. So of course I'm going to be showing you guys the end result, but this is the progress, right? That's the width, that's the length, and these are the planks that are going to go across. And let me tell you, it's something that can finish easily. Please keep in mind that my strength is not man's strength. So you see, when even I'm cutting the length on the 2x4s, the edges are not always straight. So persons who are stronger and don't have difficulty with their hand, I'm having muscle problems, I'm realizing, with different parts of my hand. But that's the life. It's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. So I nailed I nailed on the width on the foot first, and then I used the length part. And I had to maneuver on the veranda near the column to do it properly. Right? But you can use, I have sandpaper. We can actually use the sandpaper to sand it down and give it a better finish. Davia is gonna have to do that. I ain't doing that. Alright? But all in all, I think it turned out very well. I'm going to, of course, this is basically it. I'm gonna, of course, I don't know, maybe go through a follow-up video. But this is it. Right? So imagine this completely covered with just these going all the way down to here. So this, right? And then where's the other one? I think this is the last piece. Right. So imagine these now all the way across without that whiteboard there. So we need, I think we need about 4 more, right? So about 2 more lengths of the 1x3 would give us enough space, or maybe 3 more lengths. So you're sure you have enough and adequate space in between, not too much space, right? So I figure I need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 or 8, you know. If we're doing it, this space in between like this, you're going to need about 4 more lengths.
Oh, so we're not nailed on this one at all?
We're not later, we're just going to drop it on it for the time being until you buy the rest of the 1x3. Yeah, wait till we finish cut it out. I don't want to cut it because it's cut it the size of it because we're going in too much. See it? I remember say you want to smooth it. So this guys occur because we were shaving it and going in too much. So it was digging into the 2x4s.
So much you finish by yourself.
Yeah, you went in too far from this side. But you're just using it for now. So that's it. That look like one dining table size.
I'll tell you now, 1 more time.
Eh? It's just this one cut that, or go and cut that. So this guys is what we're doing for the, so I mark them, right? So this now is supposed to go in the corners here, right? And it will be an additional reinforcement for the corners, so it makes it stronger. So I'm cutting it little by little. So my hand tired to work one way, I switch. So that's what I've been doing. Make sure it not go in. You have to manage, control it so that it don't go in. So I bet you do that then. Right? So I'm how to do for yourself. I'm just showing you how I did it. Right? So maybe another video when I finish everything, I'll give you a final look-see for you guys to see how the bed base turn out. But we're making a bed base, right? So all we need now is the mattress. See you in another video.